Medical misinformation is everywhere. Dr. Mitch is here for straight talk and to give you the truth.
Last time we discussed the gut-brain interaction via the vagus nerve. Today I want to discuss something that is a little more involved but extremely interesting. The cardiovascular system, which involves the heart and arteries, is closely linked to the brain through two key neural networks. The Artery-Brain Circuit, which we'll call the ABC from now on, the Heart-Brain Circuit, which we'll call the HBC, and together these form something called the Cardiovascular-Brain Circuit, or the CBC, not to be confused with a complete blood count. Now, a system of nerve connections that send signals back and forth between the brain and the cardiovascular system is this system. While these circuits are critical, we still don't fully understand how they influence the cardiovascular diseases like heart attacks, heart failure, or strokes. But recent studies are shedding a lot more light on how these circuits work and their potential role in disease. The ABC is a newer discovery showing how arteries talk to the brain. And unlike traditional research that focus on plaques in the inner layer of the arteries, the intima, the ABC centers on the outer layer, the adventitia. Now, in studies with mice prone to artery disease, this outer layer is where immune cells gather and interact with nerves. Sensory nerves in the adventitia act as a sensor, and they pick up inflammation signals from plaques, while other nerves act as effectors, sending the signals back. Now, these nerves connect to the brain areas like the parabrachial nucleus, forming a network that may affect how artery disease progresses. The HBC, which is better studied, involves nerves that carry signals from the heart to the brain and back again. It's a bidirectional system. Sensory nerves in the heart, part of the vagus and spinal nerves, monitor things like blood pressure and heart rhythm. And these signals go to the brain areas like the brainstem, which help control heart rate and other functions through reflexes. The heart also has its own local nerve network. It's called the intrinsic cardiac nervous system, ICN for short, which can work on its own to regulate heart activity. Now, problems in the HBC or ICN can lead to issues like irregular heartbeats or sudden cardiac death. Both the ABC and the HBC connect to the same brain regions like the brainstem and hypothalamus, suggesting that signals from the heart and arteries may combine there. Now, these brain areas possess the signals and send instructions back to the heart and arteries, possibly to other organs like the immune system or the gut, which we talked about previously. Now, this creates a larger network that ties the brain, cardiovascular system, and immune system together. You must be saying, is that real? Oh, yes, it's the newest research. The immune system is a big player here. Immune cells like macrophages live in the heart and arteries. They work with nerves to keep things running smoothly, and they respond to disease. In artery disease, immune cells in the adventitia sense plaques and may influence how the disease develops. Similarly, in the heart, immune cells help with healing after a heart attack, but also can cause inflammation. Now, this brings us to the new idea, the neuroimmune cardiovascular circuit hypothesis. It suggests that the brain acts as a control center. It processes the signals from the body like heart rate and the environment like stress or diet to manage cardiovascular health. Things like poor diet, lack of exercise, or stress can disrupt this circuit, worsening cardiovascular diseases. And we're just starting to explore this network, and we're using tools that look at mouse studies and brain imaging, etc. And it will lead to ways to prevent heart disease and target specific nerves and immune cells. In short, the CBC shows how deeply connected the brain and the cardiovascular system is. So when you're doing all the blood work, which we've talked about before, like C-reactive protein high sensitive, ApoB, ApoA, plaque, PLAC2, lipo-a, homocysteine, fibrinogen, all these tests. Take into consideration in taking this and reviewing the autonomic nervous system. And of course, its control, the parasympathetic, which seems to now coming to light, has a major influence on how we develop coronary vascular disease and how we may prevent it for our patients. Thank you so much.